What's up, guys? I'm just a gamer and I'm back with another video. And this is going to be a quick one because holy cow, I cannot believe some of the discourse coming out of the reveal of God of War Laufey. I mean, I I had heard this. Somebody said it. I saw a thing in passing and I was like, "What? That seems ridiculous." But I just wandered into a cluster F of just people being so stupid, so ridiculous, that it boggles my mind. Now, first, let me just say this. I am a God of War fan. I've played all the games. The only game I have yet to play is Sons of Sparta, the little 2D one that came out not too long. That's the only game I haven't played. All the other games, not only have I played them, I've platinumed them. I've read the comics. I've done deep dives. I've read a bunch of stuff. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not Captain Coolbara. I'm not gonna say anything like that. But I would generally say I am a hardcore God of War fan. I love God of War. And when I saw the trailer for God of War La Fey, I thought, awesome, cool, this looks great, can't wait. And I just can't believe the bullshit that's just come out of this. Like how people can be so ridiculous about this game just because you're playing as Faye and not Kratos. I mean, it just again, it boggles my mind how stupid people are being about this. And another little thing I just want to say, this is something that even people who defend the game get wrong. This game is not a spin-off. It is the next game in the mainline God of War series. They have said this. There's three videos on PlayStation's channel about God of War Laufey, like an interview with between Barlog and the director, the combat director is in another one. Like there's three videos going over this, and they all state that this is a mainline title. This is not a spin-off. And people have lost their shit over this. Like they calling it a spin-off, but even because it's like the fact that even if it was a spin-off, people are still mad about it is utterly ridiculous. But the fact that it's not a spin-off and it's a mainline title, holy shit, people have just gone nuclear. And I just don't understand. I don't understand because for any God of War fan who truly enjoys the series, follows the series, they would know that Sony's or Santa Monica Studios has been talking about expanding the series of God of War outside of Kratos for years. This is not a surprise. This is not a new thing. They have talked about this, or it's been rumored for years that they've been wanting to break away God of War from Kratos. Have it be beyond, have it be beyond just him. In fact, I believe this during like the release of God of War 3. There was talks about this. That's why Deimos, his brother, was introduced because for a while there were like rumors that they might, go spin off into his own game and, follow another different thing with him. Like them trying to break away from Kratos has been known. It has been a thing that they've, talked about, and it's been something they've been trying to do or experiment with behind the scenes for a long time. And people are acting as if this is coming out of left field nowhere. Holy shit, they wasted years of their lives making this spin-off game because nobody wants to play outside of Kratos. It's again, I'm rambling and I apologize. I'm going to try to be as precise as I can. But again, Santa Monica Studios has been talking about and has been wanting to expand the universe of God of War outside of Kratos for a long time. And God of War Le Fay is their first attempt at this. And even then, it's not that far off of an attempt because it's still very much connected. Like the character Faye and her story is still very much connected to Kratos in a humongous way that I'll get to in a minute. And again, people have just seemingly lost their shit about this. I shit you not. There was a guy on this, like literally 1,000 word essay on why like this Sony Santa Monica is following woke ideology, corporate shills, all this other nonsense. I was like, what the is this guy even talking about? Just because they're trying something new with really an established character from the previous games already, they're automatically going woke in it. They're trying to chase DIE or what some other bullshit. It hurts my brain how stupid people are. It hurts my brain how stupid people are. But again, like yes, this is not a spin-off. This is the next game in the mainline God of War series. And I for one am excited for it. And I honestly don't know why some people are so angry for no reason. I mean, people are hating it just because she's a woman. Whatever. Fuck you. Go away. We don't want you. You don't deserve to be a fan of God of War. We don't want you in our fandom. Get the hell out. And then there are those God of War fans that they don't even like the the Norse saga. They only like the original games. They enjoy the more hack and slash combat of those titles. And hey, that's fair. That's all you. I, if that's the combat you prefer, that's the combat you prefer. Hey, no way, no two ways about it. But that being said, God of War Laufey is in a way a return to that type of gameplay. Because again, if you watch the videos on PlayStation's channel about the combat, they talk about how they're trying to integrate the gameplay of the Greece games with the gameplay of the North games and blending them together to have more of that hack and slash feel, but at the same time have those impactful and customizable the impactful and customizable hits of the North games. And so far from what they've shown, I think it looked amazing. So at the very least, God of War fans of the original trilogy, this should be something you're looking forward to because the combat is actually returning to something similar as the Greece games. But okay, I'm sorry. It's not Kratos, it's Faye, it's a woman. Just because of that, even though the combat's something you've been wanting to return, you don't want to play it? Well, what the hell? And then there's people complaining story wise, how blah blah, this is a spin off tale, blah blah. But this game, if for anybody who's like who loves the story of God of War, who loves the lore of God of War, this game is massively important. It's going to answer questions lore fans have been, you know, we've been waiting for answers for years for. Years. Since 2018, we've had questions, and God of War Laufey is seeming to have the answers. But no, because it follows Faye, because it follows a woman, those answers they're not they're it's not worth getting those answers because it's Faye getting them. It's Faye giving us those answers. It's not worth it. We want Kratos to give us those answers, and it's just what? How? Again, I'm trying to just calm, trying to be calm because again, it makes no sense. If you are a God of War fan, you should be pretty hyped on this. For one, again, the combat. If you were a fan of the original games, combat's leaning more towards that way. Lore fans, we're finally getting answers to long held questions. This should be a game you're excited for. I just don't understand it. And then I've seen the discourse around Frank the Cube, the Cosmic Cube, and like immediately people saw it and be like, "Oh, this is chill. woke bullshit, Marvel nonsense because they're trying to make it all lighthearted fans. What? So whenever there's a comedic character in a game, any game from now on, it's automatically Marvel woke bullshit. Whenever there's a character who's a little bit unique, funny, trying to bring a little bit more lightheartedness to the seriousness of a situation of a story, it's automatically woke Marvel bullshit. Okay, yeah, I that's nonsense. I'm 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 so sorry that one little character is derailing your entire view of the world and is just so like it's so detrimental to your hype for this game that you cannot stand it. Like this little side character that we honestly only got 10 minutes with of like dialogue to talk. We don't know his character. We don't know his motivations. For all we know, he's the most, hardcore um character that we're gonna who's gonna follow us on this journey. He's gonna be our Mimir. And no, it's because he's a cosmic cube, he's too woke Marvel bullshit. And it's just like, hey, I and then I saw somebody say that like, oh, it doesn't match the aesthetic of the Norse games. Holy shit, my dude. You are in the afterlife of the gods. This game doesn't take place in the North. This takes place in everywhere, everything, every freaking pantheon. They could even make up pantheons for all they care to fit into this into this afterlife. Aesthetics mean nothing here. We saw Mongolian with Egyptian. Shit, we might go back to. There's been people are already speculating we might see Greece characters. We might see Zeus again. We can see Chinese, Japanese. I don't want to say Hindu or Hindi because I'm just not sure about that, and I don't know how to pronounce that properly. So, but like, yeah, we can see so many different things, so many different like. This is a melting pot of an afterlife of all these gods. But holy shit, a talking cosmic cube is where we draw the line. I just, oh my god. Again, people are being so dumb about this, and it hurts my brain. It does. And again, I even see like people who defend the game still talking about it being a spin-off, which it's not a spin-off. I still see them say they're excited, but they're not sure about Frank, the cube, because of how, you know, light-hearted he makes the things turn out to be. And it's just like, really, my dudes? That's your take? That's your problem? I mean, we really didn't even get much of the story of Frank, of Rue, of Faye, of the enemies. The story is still so much. There's so much. There's still so much left of the story to explore and to learn that we're already judging this cube just because of how he looks, and just because of the few lines of dialogue we've had with him. And it's I, again, I'm rambling and I'm going off script here and there, and just it's just because this controversy surrounding this game is so dumb to me. And honestly, I I if you're one of these people who cannot stand Faye being the main character of a God of War game, just because it's her, just because it's a woman, you are not a God of War fan. You're not a fan of anything. You're just here to spout bullshit, nonsense, and we don't want you. Get out of here, honestly. You're ridiculous. If you're the person who can't stand Frank because he's a cube and he maybe seemingly appears to bring some light-hearted context to this more serious and grandiose epic. Come on, my dude. We don't know anything about this game yet, and you're already hating on this cube for no reason other than the way he looks. And come on. Brock and Sindri, they brought this lighthearted tone, but they get a pass because they're dwarfs. They're human looking. They fit into this North mythology. Cool. Great. They still brought lightheartedness. They still brought comedy to God of War. It wasn't all doom and gloom 24 hours a day the whole game through. No, there were some very lighthearted moments that is much needed to offset the seriousness of situations throughout the adventure. And that's what Frank is. I'm assuming, for all we know, maybe Frank is going to turn heel and become the villain. I'm assuming that's what Frank is going to do. He's going to help, you know, bring the tone back down when it needs to be. Sure, there is the possibility that, hey, maybe there's too Marvel and he's constantly trying to crack jokes. Okay, but we don't know that. And I think I would give the God of War writers a bit more credit than that. They know their fan base, they know their audience, they know they wouldn't want a quirky little character 24 hours a day just spouting one liners. They know they would want another Mimir who's insightful, who can teach us, who can explain the world to us. But if need be, he can also bring some lightheartedness to the adventure we're going to go on, which seems to be very serious and very epic. I, again, I'm rambling and I'm going off my script that I had put in front of me. I just think this controversy is dumb. People are being stupid, and I really, 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 really hope that they all just go off and play another game. I can't, I would not be able to stand you if you're complaining the entire way to launch of this game. Because it's ridiculous. It is utterly, this controversy is utterly ridiculous. And yeah, it boggles my mind. I've said it 3 times already, but it does. It does. Because again, I just don't understand. I, I genuinely don't understand people sometimes when it comes to this. And yeah, I tried pointing this out to someone very calmly, and they called me a corporate shill, a woke DIE, whatever nonsense, I don't know. He used 1,000 words to say nothing, but apparently I'm woke because I proved him wrong on some certain points that he made. And it's just, I, I don't know. I don't know. I'm already getting a headache just thinking about this because this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, dumbest thing I ever heard. And I don't understand why these people are even playing this game or why they're even here. Why you're even here? You're not real God of War fans. You're not real God of War fans. I'll say that day and night. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. This is mostly just me rambling about this nonsense, and yeah, I just wanted to get this out here, and yeah, I don't know, it's freaking ridiculous. Thank you for watching. If you did, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment down below. Knowing most people, I'll probably get dislikes because they can't agree with my take. They're gonna be mad that I'm calling them out. So whatever, but don't care. Don't care at all. But if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like. Comment down below what are your thoughts on this whole thing. Agree, disagree, let me know why. I mean, again, like, if you're not liking it, why even bother talking about it to people? Why bother hating on it? You know? Just don't play it. Just move along. walk along. But go ahead, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Wrong or right, let me know. But regardless, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care and have a good game.